the topic of this video needs a beginning like that. It really, really does. Today I want to talk about something pretty sensitive, and people who are already subscribed to my channel, thank you, by the way. Know that out of all the topics, the thrifting, the food, the travel, Alzheimer's, losing my hair was one of the things right up there, probably with my mother getting Alzheimer's. Obviously Alzheimer's is worse because it's deadly, and my mother is with Jesus, so not a real comparison, but the pain and the ongoing trauma of it is very similar. So today I just want to talk about female pattern baldness, and obviously men have the same thing too, but because I'm female, I'm not male, I don't know how it affects men, because as women, we see men that are bald-headed and think, oh, he's sexy, oh, he's fine. I can name 5 or 6 just right off the top of my head, you know, that are in the public eye that are fantastically gorgeous with a bald head, and you just don't see the same standard for women. So there are men who are on the channel, men who inbox me, who direct message me, who ask me about balding and what can they do about it. I fully understand it as well, even though I think being a man without hair is not a huge deal. It is, I guess, if you're in your 20s and you're not trying to be bald head. I want to talk about this from a female perspective, even though I know it affects men as well. Not like fully like 100% like, ooh, my hair is perfect, it's just what I want it to be. But it has grown back. It's not as thick as it was, you know, when I was in my 20s or whatever, or 30s, but nothing is. My body isn't the same. My skin isn't the same. Nothing is the same. So I think when we're dealing with loss, hair loss, we still have to be realistic about where we are in our stages as an adult woman. That still doesn't alleviate the fact that you want to have hair. You want to just have some hair. People who don't have that issue don't get it. You know, it's like you just, like I'm over, ooh, length check and all that. I see people doing length checks, and I used to think about that and want that. Oh, I want my hair to grow, and I still want it to grow, but length check, is it here, is it there? How long has it grown? Dude, just give me some. Just let me have some. You know what I'm saying? But the first part of the journey with female pattern baldness is just the realization of what has happened and the gratefulness that you have when it comes back that you didn't have when it was there. This is kind of a weird thing, but once you lose something, and then if you're fortunate enough to get it back, most people have a deeper appreciation for it. Like I was very, not very, but I was haphazard or not as careful with my hair, trying things I saw on the internet, trying new products, doing this, doing that, as I am now.
Enjoying this video? Well, please take the time to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell right next to it so you'll be alerted of all my new videos. Thank you.
Now, you couldn't pay me to literally put a hot comb on my hair, or to put, well, not even that, because I guess I will put some type of heat on my hair, but to do a chemical relaxer. Just not enough money to do the creamy crack. Some things that I would have done before, you know, that I would not even consider doing now. And I think that's the first part, is you get a sense of gratefulness when you experience loss or you're going through something. You look at things differently. And the next is that there's an empathy. Now, when I see women who have thinning hair, and they're all around me because I'm over 50. So a lot of people that I'm in relationship with, or in organizations with, or I see at church, or in my sorority, or just wherever at the office, I get it. I get it. And I asked the Lord, I said, when you, because I believed the whole time, even though I was scared and nervous and sad and upset and crying and in dismay, and just when I was wearing scarves and hats and covering up, just believing God that my hair would come back. I said, when you allow my hair to grow back, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tell people what I did, and I'm going to share. That was one of the main things. So empathy is another thing that happens in this journey of hair loss. And the third thing I think that has happened is that you gain knowledge. If you want to, you gain knowledge about what works, about nutrients in your body, about good healthy practices, food, sleep, what you're putting in your mouth, how that affects everything, hormones, how all that works together, how what might work for somebody 28 years old with hair loss may not work for somebody 55 years old or 45 years old. You gain knowledge about your own body, what works, what doesn't, and knowing that just because it worked for my bestie doesn't mean it's going to work for me, and vice versa. You gain knowledge when you're going through something, to me, as traumatic as female pattern baldness or alopecia or other things. So those are the top 3 things I think that I have gained in perspective to going through this journey. Those are the things that, those are the 3 things that have made me better and not bitter, that have given me a sense of gratefulness and wanting to reach out to you and tell you that absolutely, if you believe it, because that's where it starts, to have a doctor tell you, don't know if that hair is going to come back. Some said it might, but a lot of them was like, nah, you got to get surgery. You got to do this, you got to do that. But to have it to literally grow back out of your own head, to believe that, and to try different things until, boom, like I say, the plan is aligned. That's what it takes sometimes to get over the hump of despair and disappointment, is to believe when it looks crazy. Believe when you look in the mirror. You have to say what you believe and say. I encourage you today that if you're on a similar journey, don't give up, don't stop, don't think you have to wear a wig, you have to wear a cap, you have to wear a scarf for the rest of your life. You don't. There is hope. I'm living proof, and I'm just a brown skinned woman that's melanin rich, just like most of you that are watching, and those that are not. Similar, our skin tones might be different. You might even be a man, but if it worked for me, if it happened for me, why not you? That's what I say today.